Welcome to another video on Android CI/CD series. In the previous video, we saw how we manage the secrets for a multi-build variant Android application. But we did that in a local environment by using local.properties file. Now it is time to do the same using CI/CD script in the CI/CD pipeline, that is using GitHub Actions. We already have some initial setup from the previous video which we will be leveraging, and we will be building on top of that. So let's quickly get into a demo.
CodeTutor here, and my name is Anil Deshpande.
So this is how it looks as of now, and we are using the local.properties file to achieve it. Now let me close this. To get started with creating CI/CD pipeline script file, we will have to go to the GitHub folder, and in this we will have to create a directory called as workflows, and under workflows let me create a file which is by the name android ci.yml file, and it is in this file we will start writing our script. We will be pretty much writing the CI/CD script similar to what we had written in the one of the earlier video. Just because we are now creating multiple build variants, there will be slight changes here. We will get started by defining the name, which is Android CI/CD. We want this to be triggered whenever the user explicitly starts it. So it would be a dispatch type. And then what are all the inputs that we need when we want to trigger this particular CI/CD? We should be able to select from which branch that we want to trigger and the build variant type that we want to build when we trigger this. So the inputs is branch, required, yes, and it is a string type. And if you have anything by default from where you want to run it from, you can do that. So I can say live coding, that is the default branch from which I want to run. Then the user should be given a choice to select the options of build variant type. And what are the build variant types? We have 6 build variants, that is QA free debug, paid, staging free and paid, and production free release and paid release. And after that we will have to start define the jobs. Under the jobs we have a build, and we have to define on which we want to run on this. So that is on Ubuntu latest. Then we will have to define the steps, that is first step is to check out the code, and we will use a existing action, predefined action, and whatever the branch that we have inputted earlier. Then we will have to derive the environment, tier, and build type from the variant name. So that is the next immediate step that would be needed. It would have a ID called as classify. Run. First we need to capture the input variant, and then we will have to extract the environment, the first segment, that whether it is a QA, staging, or production. That can be done using this part of the code. That is, if variant is QA, then environment is QA. If it is staging, environment is staging, and if it is prod, then it is environment is production. So we are basically setting up the variable name for QA, staging, and production depending upon the variant. And this is basically a way to write if-else condition in the CI/CD script. And then we will have to extract the tier, that is the middle segment, that is whether it is a free or paid flavor that we are building. Once again, this is how it looks. That is, if variant is free, then we set tier equals to free, and if it is paid, then it is paid. And then we will have to extract the build type. What do I mean by build type? Whether it is a debug or release, and that is how it is done. So now we have environment, tier, and build type. Let's echo this to the CI/CD runner so that we understand what is being selected. It helps during the debugging process if your CI/CD fails. And then we will have to set up the Java. Once again, that is something that we have done earlier, which is we are setting up the JDK distribution Temurin Java version 21. And then starts the actual build process, which is creating the build variant. Now To do that, we have to ensure that the secrets that we had in the local.properties file, that is these things, are also available in the GitHub secrets. What do I mean by that? If you come here and actions, I have already preloaded all those secrets here in the GitHub Actions secrets. If you don't do this, there is no other way of giving these secrets to the CI/CD pipeline. So please ensure that this is done. To save the time, I have already done it. Now the thing is, we will have to load these secrets into the CI/CD pipeline at the runtime based on whatever the variant and everything that we extracted so far. So there is a common secret which is for analytics. After that, you need environment specific secrets, which is basically backend token for QA, staging, and production. And this is always environment specific. So let me just add that comment. And then you need tire specific secrets for paid and free tires. And then you need to load the secrets if you are signing the application, if the build type is release. So this is how that would look like. Release signing key store file, step classify output build type equals to release, and this is the release file. Then fetch that. In the same way, I am going to fetch remaining things as well. Because it is a YML file, the indentation matters quite a lot. So you have to be very careful while you are writing the file. So now we have all the secrets. Now it is time to run this. To run, you have to use the Gradle command, that is chmod +x Gradle w. You have to provide the build variant, that is input variant. Give a task name for that. It is better to define it based on the variant. Then echo the task that you are doing, and then the secrets that have been injected, and Gradle w task name. That will basically generate the APK file. But generating the APK file is not good enough. We will have to upload generated APK file. So for that, we will have to create another step here, that is upload APK. Once again, it uses a existing action with a variant name -apk file name and where you want that .apk file to be created. And we are basically done with the implementation of creating the CI/CD file. Now what we will do is we will commit and push this. Let's go to the build variant application, live coding, and GitHub Actions, and under workflows I have this file. So this is what we just implemented. And now let me go to the actions, go to the CI/CD, and let's click on the run flow branch to build from. I want to build it from live coding branch, and which one I want to run. It's up to us to decide here. So let's build QA free debug and run the workflow. And now it's time to wait and see whether it works perfectly fine. And if you go here, you can actually see what's happening. As you can see, this got successfully completed. With the provided path, there will be one file uploaded, and there is a artifact download URL. And if you just click this, it downloads the APK file. As you can see that we downloaded QA free debug, and that is what we had built. So that is how CI/CD is implemented for multi-build variants. But to reach here, we had to go through tightening a lot of processes. Because we have done all of that, this looks so easy. If you directly attempt to do this on the day one without ensuring that all the previous processes are tightened properly, then you will start seeing the build failures, which people typically call it as CI/CD failures. So ensure that all that previous hard work is done before you try to do this. So that's it in this video. In the next video, we will continue to explore the remaining part of the CI/CD series. So stay tuned.
Brings us to the end of this particular video. Don't forget to like, comment, share the video and subscribe to the channel. Take care. Bye.